What is up, boys? S1KDK back with another video, and today's video, hopefully this is the last video of the series besides a few odds and ends, putting on the fairings and this, that. But hopefully this is the end of the series for getting the bike engine back together. Right now we have the head. We're going to put it on, and we are going to do the valve clearance checks. We're going to do valve adjustments, and then we are going to make it timing correctly. Hopefully we put it all back together. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. I have my buddy Alex helping me again. Thank God. Thank God. I could not do it without him. That is for sure. And hopefully today, maybe, hopefully, please, that we can start this up for the first time ever in my possession of the motorcycle. If you guys don't know what the series is about, I bought this bike about 2 weeks ago for $1,600, and the top end was blown up, the head of the engine. I got a new head off of Facebook Marketplace for $200. I believe we're at $2,100 all in total with the build so far. This is a 2004 CBR 600RR. Beautiful bike. If you guys don't know, I had a previous one. It was a 2006. I ended up selling that. I missed that. The goal for this is to make it running, maybe track it, and then sell it at the end of the season for a quick flip on Facebook Marketplace. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy the time lapse I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be stopping, telling you guys what we're running into or problems or something. I'm thinking that the valve clearances and the timing is going to take around an hour to maybe 2 hours. We're going to see how it goes. And yeah, peace. Guys, we got the head on. We're about to torque down the bolts. That's what we're doing right now. They are 35 foot-pounds of torque. Not that you guys really care about that, but we had to stop at O'Reilly's at fucking Alex's house just to get tools that we needed. Next up, when we're done torquing down the head, is we're gonna get the valve or the cams on, and then we're gonna do the timing / the valve clearances. Pretty exciting, boys. We're starting to get there. Still nice and bright outside. We're looking good.
You made this? Monty, you made this?
Alright boys, we ran into a pretty big hiccup. It's not looking that good right now. So we were torquing down the cam cover bolts, and as you guys can see, that is the thread. It is gone. If I put it back in there, it drops all the way down. It is no longer there. We're gonna do some research, call some people, see what we have to do. We might have to helicoil it. Isn't the absolute end of the world, but it definitely is putting a hiccup in the project right now. So that's why we are gonna be stuck in here for a little bit. I will let you guys know what we end up doing. Yeah, rip. Absolute rip. Alright boys, so what we are doing is we are going to helicoil the top of the head now, since we did strip it inside of the head. So we bought this off of O'Reilly's. It was $50, which is outrageous, but there's like a multiple in there, and it comes with this thing too. This is a first time for me for everything. So right now we're back at Alex's shop. We got the drill press, and we are just taping off everything just to make sure that none of the metal flakes get into the engine again, just because I really don't feel like fucking taking apart the valves and stuff again and cleaning it really nice. That way maybe most of the damage is going to be off or out of the engine, right? So now we're going to drill down. We marked it with blue. That's how far we have to go down into it. And yeah, then we're gonna put a helicoil pack in there, and hopefully it's gonna be fixed. What do you think? What do you say, Alex? Sender. All right, guys, welcome back. Today is a new day. Yesterday, we ended up getting that helicoil in there. So what basically happened is it was my fault. So these short bolts, they look pretty much fucking similar to the long ones. I wasn't really looking. And these short ones go on this side, on the intake side, and the long ones go on the exhaust side. So what happened was I put my short bolt inside of the long one, and it kept trying to grab for more threads because there's more threads down there. It didn't get bottomed out. It kept trying to grab more, and grab more it did. It grabbed the threads and it ripped it right out, if you guys can maybe see that. So that is what happened. That big of a pain in the ass to get the helicoil in for the camshaft holders. So basically what it was, just for example, I was trying to bolt this thing down with the cams in it, and that's when it happened. That's how it happened, but got it all figured out, all good to go, all cleaned up again, got more oil on it. So I just put a little bit of oil on here, especially in here, just to make sure when we spin the cams and do the timing later today, and the valve clearance checks, that it has oil on the head, so that it's easily able to turn and not making any scorch marks, because metal on metal obviously is gonna not sound that great, and it's gonna be like, you know what I mean? So now I have nobody here with me right now. My buddy Alex, he's coming in a few hours. I'm going golfing in a little bit, but I'm gonna try to put the head on myself, try to see if I can do it. I think I can. It's just a really tight fit, and it's pretty easy with two people, but I'm sure I'll be able to get it. Go back to the time lapse and... right, guys, this took us in all probably like 10 hours to finally get it to where it wants to be, with the cam chain and the cams being positioned in the way it is, with the engine being in neutral. Just a bunch of little nuances that kept getting us pushed back. So what ended up being a bunch of little problems is, one, on the service manual, they didn't really show the mark from down here. It could have been a little bit more descriptive with the picture and stuff, just to give you guys an idea of what is going on. See that T? Well, anyways, that this wasn't properly aligned, which made it so this wasn't properly aligned, and we didn't notice that until about 3 hours into last night. And then every time that we tried to put this on, it would, like, we tried to turn the engine and it felt like the cam chain was like clunking up down in the bottom here. So what we ended up doing is getting the cam tensioner back on, the cam chain tensioner back on, which is, you need a special tool. We ended up like finding a really little flathead screwdriver and doing it that way. And then, yeah, it's a work in progress, but now we are finally getting the valve clearance checks good, so that we can, for the last time, hopefully pull it off, redo the shims inside there, put it back on, do it one more time just to make sure that we have good valve clearance, because we want this engine to be top notch. The reason why they're all out of spec is because, if you remember in our last video, or maybe two videos ago, I'm not even sure at this point, I have a lot of footage to go through, we took a bunch of buckets from a different head, put it on that head, bunch of shims from exhaust, intake, doesn't matter, we just threw it all together. So like almost everything is out of spec, so right now we are making it in spec to make the people who aren't mechanically like knowledge like get an idea of what we are doing. So basically, if we try to run this engine right now, it's not going to run very good because it's out of spec. So we are making it in spec. So that's what we're doing right now. We are finally getting it. We are very excited. I am very excited. I'm ecstatic. So, yep, that's what we're doing right now. I'm going to start back the time lapse maybe. I don't know. I have probably like 5 hours of time lapse footage already. So I might just put down the camera and do this some more. So, yep, just to give you guys a heads up and a little update on what we are doing. So guys, this is after the time lapse that you guys just watched. What we ended up doing today is figuring out that the cam chain tensioner needs to be in to properly turn the engine. Somehow we didn't know that, but you know, it's just the small little things that make a huge hiccup. Well, at the time I didn't have the correct tool, so we just kind of left for the night. Then we came back with the right tool, got it this morning, and now it's able to turn freely. Good with the cam tensioner on. I need to put it on. It's actually very hard with just one person. You kind of need two, which is wild. But now it's all good. We did the valve adjustments. We did everything for that. So pretty soon here, it is time to put the top valve cover on, and it'll be ready for putting the whole bike back together and the first startup. I'm thinking by this Thursday, I'm going to finally have it complete, and that's if everything goes smoothly. Of course, it's taken a lot of time, and it's been a lot of effort. And again, I can't thank Alex enough. He's been helping me out. This is basically our project at this point. Thankfully, he's helping me because, like I said before, I don't really know what I'm doing, but now I'm starting to really understand it instead of kind of understand it. You know what I mean? So it's a very cool thing to have. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys all. Look out for my next video because hopefully in my next video it is going to be the startup video. I am very, very hyped for it. This took me all weekend. I've spent over 12 hours on this project alone on this weekend, maybe even 16. It's been on and off. So look forward for the next video. I love you guys all. Hope you guys have a great day. And a little side note, I did get a new battery for the S1000 and it is ready to go. No more problems with that beautiful bike. It is still looking good. This bike hopefully up and soon running so we can put it right next to it. Peace.